Hello, and welcome to Life with Francie podcast, a place where you will find all kinds of conversation like mental health, self love, trauma, hobbies, and more. With this podcast, I want to create a community where we support one another to get to the next level in personal and business life. Hope you enjoy this episode. Now, let's get the show started. On today's episode, I will be giving a huge shout out to Portia Newton, my mentor who has been with me for 2 years, and I'm about to go see her again. She hosts the Her Majesty retreat, and I went last year. And I'm coming back this year, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait for it. So, when I first started the podcast, oh my gosh, Rich, I just listened to that episode again where I was talking about Her Majesty retreat, and it was definitely like, oh, so good to get all those emotions back. Long story short, that was like my first grown up trip all by myself. I bought the tickets like the big girl. Like I have been traveling since I was 15 years old, moving from Puerto Rico to Maryland and then going to visit Puerto Rico. Of course, like I'm going by myself, but I go to visit family. If I go to the East Coast, it's the same thing. I go to visit family. And this one, my first trip, that it was to meet strangers. And I had to do everything myself, be over there, then come back. I had a layover, so I had to stay in a hotel in a different state, and it was just crazy, but it made me feel different. And when I came back, a lot of stuff had happened. Like I have talked to a lot of my friends, and 2022 like was really hard for a lot of people. And for me, it was more emotionally than anything. And in that um retreat, like was I was listening back to it, and I definitely feel like I left there with a new calm, new peace energy, and like knowing that I deserve more, that I had to work harder for everything that I have been saying that I was gonna do. Like I have to hold myself accountable, and let go of the shame that I held over my story. I held shame, guilt, and responsibility that didn't belong to me. So it was nice to like leave it there. I had to work through um loving myself more. Now I'm almost 2 years as loving myself. It's been a crazy journey for sure. I never thought that I would get here since I was in such a dark place before I met her. And it wasn't like she changed me and everything else. No, like she gave me a roadmap and I followed it and it worked out for me. Some of the stuff I didn't do, and others I did, and it helped me. So she has been like an accountable partner, a good friend, a mentor. So much. She means so much to me in this couple of years. The podcast would not be here if it wasn't because she was like, "Oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna rock it." And I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about? I'm just talking about it." Because I say like I'm a Chihuahua, like it's all bark but no bite. So like I will say that I'm gonna do something and then I don't do it. So she helped me out a lot at taking actions and knowing that, like she says, you really can't have anything in life if you don't deal with your trauma. Like if you're over there hurting people, no, if you're over there hurting, you might be hurting other people just because you're not dealing with your stuff. So it was a lot that I had to deal with in that short weekend, and I worked through one of the biggest thing was my wedding at when I was 14 years old. I have told the story in other podcasts. I don't know if I have told it here. But that was crazy. I held so many emotions about it, and I didn't want to because I say that my mom is almost perfect. So if I work through that situation, it meant that I might say that my mom did something wrong. But if you know me, you will know why I was married at 14 and divorced at 17. Like, it makes total sense. I only lived with the guy for like 10 months, and it was like the culture, and not the culture, I don't want to say the culture, but just the town that I lived in. um it was the norm or whatever. But anyways, long story short, I worked through that, and now I tell my story on a podcast, and I just didn't think that I would ever say that out loud because of all the emotions that I held. And I don't want anybody like saying anything about my mom, because my mom is almost perfect and I love her to death. So um she did what she did, and it's all good. Anyways, we have moved forward about it, but it was good that I didn't know that that holding back on working through that situation, it was bringing out so much anger and so much other negative feelings in other situations in my life. um let's see, I'm trying. I have, so on the podcast I say like how I write a script, but it's because I'm always jumping around back and forth or whatever. But now I got like bullet points, and I need to have it where like I'm still looking at the camera. So I'm not, so I know what I'm talking about, and I can stay on topic and theme, because I do like my podcast to be like theme, and now I'm being more intentional on how I deliver a message. And anyways, you see, I jump off topic. But yeah, so I worked through that situation. um I learned to be more um curious about the emotions that I'm feeling, instead of being judgmental or holding on shame because of the way I felt. For the longest time, anger has been my best friend. And it wasn't until I did the mental health evaluation, which I have an episode about it, where I describe how the process went and all the diagnosis and everything. But when I realized that he showed me that I created a new category for anger, I was like, wow, nobody should be that angry in their life. And everybody's like, you don't even like show it or whatever. But it's, I just hold it inside, and I either take it out on my partner or or co-workers or something like that. And I was waking up angry and going to sleep angry. So anger is all I know. Now that I am very like curious or whatever, if I don't even want to go there to validate or acknowledge anger, I go into sadness. And sadness makes me go back into anger because I don't want to feel vulnerable. So with her work, and I got better at it. So now, and with the mental health evaluation, I can give myself grace. I can love myself. I can give myself compassion when I'm having a hard time, and just things like that. And then we also, that weekend, we did a meditation, and she had to work through an exercise, and each one of us shared the thing. Like, for me was my marriage at 14. It's just crazy to say out loud. And then others worked through theirs, and I could relate, even though that they were totally different stories. I could relate on their feelings. I could relate on the shame that they held towards themselves, the shame because of what the family's gonna think, what's the coworkers gonna think, things like that. And then others seeing uh, a different picture. Like, they saw me and they thought like I was like confident in my poly relationship and in my sexuality and everything. And I'm like, oh no, like I just talk about it because it's me, it's my life, it's part of my life. But it's not that I'm out there like want to say, like, even now that I have the camera looking at me like, oh my God, this is on YouTube too now. But it is what it is, it's life with Francie. And I had to stop feeling shame for the kind of lifestyle that I have. I have been a wild child since I was born, pretty much. So I can't change that. I just have to love it, accept me for who I am, and make the best of it. We also got to have business talk that weekend, and it's insane because my podcast was just starting out. I didn't think in a million years that I was gonna have a website. It's still not launched yet as the time of this episode. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of January. Now with this vacation, well, the retreat, I'm gonna have the pictures that I need for the website because I really don't take pictures, and my VA be asking me for pictures for the past month so we can launch this website because she's working and the brand is just beautiful, and I just can't wait to launch it. And then I didn't think that I was gonna have Patreon. Today I had a friend, two friends correct me because I say it wrong, so I have to learn how to say it since I'm gonna have a website. But anyways, I never thought that I was gonna do that, and it took me forever. Like seriously, is figuring out the tiers, the levels, or however you want to call it, of my community. Like it took me forever to think about it, um, because I want to make sure that I'm bringing value and excitement and entertainment and learning new skills, new tools, learning from other people. Like I want to create a badass community, and I'm so excited to do it. I'm already starting to get some traction in my Facebook group, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds by going to this retreat again. I love that other few other points about the her retreat, um um her Majesty retreat, that I learned and that I appreciated was that she created such a loving place. She has such a grace, and we really felt safe to be vulnerable and share each other's stories. And I just can't wait to live that experience again. This time it's going to be with more women, and one of them or two of them, I have been in other programs that Porscha offers, and we're gonna get to see each other. Especially one, I'm like so excited because we have been together working in both her Majesty Mastermind and her inner circle for the past year. So it's like we know each other, personal life and business life. So I told her, like, we're just gonna look at each other and we're gonna say a lot without saying anything because we share so much in common. So I'm just excited to get to see her, finally meet her in person. Something big was let go and let God. I am a planner, and funny, I'm a planner in this episode. I plan it on like at least two calendars and three notebooks, and I still forgot that I had to record it. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm recording this episode. Anyways, so yeah, to just let go and let God and trust the process. um the people that are meant to be there are meant to be there for a reason, and those that are not, it's not their time. It doesn't mean that it's not forever, but that um you know it divine timing. So things like that. So it was pretty cool. It was my first time being like super vulnerable in front of people, in so many levels, in so many levels. And I get to do it again with different women, and it's just gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy experience. And I just can't wait for the energy this year. Last year I was in a really bad place still. A lot of fighting, a lot of breakdowns still. Um, I was afraid of the trip because it was gonna mean so much in so many different t- um stages of my life. Like it was gonna set the tone of how what the future was gonna look like. Excuse me. And then yeah, give me just a second. So one podcaster secret is to have water with you because your throat will get so dry. So anyways, like feeling like a queen, having that feminine energy this year is going to be different. It's more peaceful in my life at the moment. And who knows tomorrow, but today is peaceful. And yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm anxious. I can't wait that I get to go. All year I was like, I'm not going, I'm not going. And Portia was like, you see, girl, you're gonna come, you're gonna come, you're gonna come. And I I just did. I bought the tickets and I was like, you know what? Last year I went because I was putting myself first in a long time, or like the first time in forever. And this year is saying, I love me. I know that this is going to help me, not just in my personal life, but my business life. And let's do it. I can't wait. I can't wait to meet these beautiful women that are going through a hard time, that are dealing with some hardcore stuff, but they still got dreams, and they're badass women, and they just want to learn from an amazing woman that has a powerful story, and she's not afraid to share what she has learned to make other people life easier and make money too, because if you like working for a corporate job, like awesome, live your best life, go up the ladder, do whatever, stay in craft. I don't care, do you, boo? But some of us is hard and we're not living our best life at work. I love my pay, I love the benefits. Some of my coworkers are very few have become family, and I'm talking family of 15 years when I started as a mail handler, and to coming back now as a mail lady, and like mail lady during the day and podcaster at night. I have my journal has been designed, so it's gonna be promoted pretty soon and launched pretty soon. So I can't wait. I'm not gonna cry, but uh it's just a lot. It's just a lot. The Francie from last year that went to this retreat is like a totally different woman going to this retreat. And I just can't wait. You know, it's not just about what she has to offer, is how hard I have worked this year that I earned going back and let it go, quiet everything and anything, and just focus on myself. If I still have to let go of some stuff, which I do, because I want to tell my story more without being a trigger, not just to my listeners, but not be a trigger for myself. So, if I have to work on something, I will work through it that weekend, and I just and work my business, like be around other women entrepreneur that are already doing it or are starting and sharing ideas and things like that. Like how freaking cool is that to have a lot of women with the same mindset? But anyways, yeah, so if you want to check out anything that Portia Newton has to offer, you can check out her website is I go here go spelling her name again, PORSCHANEWTON.net, and you can put coupon Francie to get 10% off of your purchase. She has retreat, mini micro retreats now that she's going to offer in Las Vegas. And then Yoni, an online store that has Yoni products. And then yeah, she a coaching, mastermind, pocket support, inner circle. She has an amazing things to offer. So check it out if you like to be part of her community as well. She's amazing, and I have loved working with her. I have always been honest of like my mental health issues and my trauma, and I'm 35 and I'm working through it, and this is how I get through it with other women, supporting one another, empowering one another, and sharing our most vulnerable stories to finally get it out and start working through them. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. My solo episodes are usually not that long. Thank you for supporting me. I love each and every downloads and now every single view on YouTube. I appreciate you guys and the people subscribing or following me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher. Uh, did I say Apple Podcasts? Anchor? And on YouTube. So like and subscribe and follow me on social media. You know, I will have all my links there too. And can't wait to tell you guys when I come back. Wish me luck as I stay home for 2 whole weeks. And I'm so excited because I usually cancel vacation time, but I didn't do it this time. I'm going to be a big girl and I'm going to stay home the whole 2 weeks. I mean, besides the time that I'm going to go out of town, but then coming back, and I just want to, I'm serious about this pay cut from the post office and start working on my own thing. So stay tuned. I'm going to have some amazing things coming soon. And I just thank you. Thank you for joining me in this crazy journey and life with Francie. What can I say? So Wednesday we're gonna have oh, I forgot to put the guest. I think it's Eric. Eric DeRosa, and we talked about podcasts and mental health, and it was a good conversation. It's just that I record them and then, anyways, Veronica knows more. My virtual assistant know more of when the interviews are in order. And yeah, I would like to know like what you guys think about the interviews or solo episodes. And anyways, for YouTube, I posted another video that is solo. Oh, for the podcast, I guess, that you guys didn't know about, podcast listeners. On YouTube, I did a video showing my planners and my setup for 2023. I have 2 or 3 different type of planners, a million notebooks, and a new wall calendar. I am loving my wall calendar. Like it makes me feel happy every time that I look at it. And that's what I want. I wanted that one to put like good things, even if it's a hard day, put it in a nice positive way to give me a different perspective. And it's working out so far. So, anyways, stay tuned to tell you next week I believe I will tell you how the retreat went and more things coming soon. Anyways, sorry. Hope you have a blessed night. Yeah, I gotta work on the way that I say goodbye because usually I have my intro and my outro recorded and I just had it as a segment. I'm horrible at this YouTube thing to say goodbye, but anyways, hope you enjoy this episode. Have a blessed day.